Hello, and welcome back to another video. This is part 4 of my Max Payne playthrough. I'm playing Blood Veins of New York once again. I kind of started it in the last video, and now I'm continuing it in this video. So, hopefully you've been enjoying these last parts. If you have any recommendations of what I can do differently, definitely tell me. Gotta break these boxes, grab some stuff inside. These boxes over here I know have stuff. Got another painkiller, which is great. Gotta destroy these boxes and clear that door. But these boxes, see, I didn't know, you know, a lot of them don't contain anything, but, you know, I wanted to make sure, and I gotta kind of memorize that these big stacks don't have anything to save myself some time next time, but, you know, it's all good. Gives me more time to talk to you guys.
Exhibit number 1, a newspaper.
And the cool thing about this level is that
a dead man tied to a chair.
A lot of areas, such as this area, you'll go to again.
Captain Baseball Bat Boy has an unbeatable track record in superhero death matches. But a 6-pack of root beer gets me every time.
The murder weapon was a baseball bat, now lying in a pool of drying blood next to a newspaper folded open on a Captain Baseball Bat Boy comic strip.
Take vampire movies. Why they always
We'll actually be going through this area again. Oh.
If I was a bloodsucker, I'd move to the North Pole. Winter's one long night. Yeah, what would you eat? Suck blood from penguins? Nah, Eskimos, man, Eskimos.
I love this level and that dialogue. This past area that we were just in with the, you know, tied up with the blood and the chair knocked over, we're actually going to be in there, be back in that room in maybe 5 or so levels, and that's the cool thing, because the doors back there that were locked will then be unlocked, and we'll be able to explore more of this level that we didn't get to this time. And this area, you know, the kitchen, you can't go through again, right? But this area up here you get to go through again, and it's all very cool. It's all very cool to kind of see new sides of the same level and how things have changed between your two visits. And, you know, some may say that's cheap. You know, the game reuses a handful of environments multiple times.
Ago, this was
like
in
the nightmare sequences, you travel.
There's a key on the table.
You travel through your house again, but here's.
The transparent.
But I really don't think it's cheap because. This is some dialogue that you might miss going through this level. Gotta shoot it, destroy it, dirty money. Anyways, reusing levels, I don't think it's necessarily always a bad thing. I think in certain games it works, and in this game I think it does work because there's enough change between each time you visit, such as, you know, your house in the nightmare sequences and so on. And I think the times when they reuse areas are so short-lived that it's not a big deal that you're revisiting them, along with, like I said, that they change so much. And they're such well-designed levels to begin with, and oftentimes, like in this level, for example, when you revisit it, it's, you know, so different.
They step into the next room, and I'm thinking, now they're gonna do it. But no, they sit down in front of a TV and solve their differences with the Kung Fu fighting video game.
With the Kung Fu fighting video game.
I was so depressed, I strangled them both with the video game cables.
Oh, Rico, you're so bad.
I am.
Oh, Rico, you're so bad.
Rico Muerte.
Looks like somebody from, like, my high school.
Who the hell?
It's that cop.
Muerte went for his gun.
He's too baby-faced to be a mobster. And, see, we ran out of Molotovs, so we can't burn the bitch, sadly. But, we'll deal with her. We'll deal with her. Don't worry. But, yeah, it's so short-lived, these areas that are redone. And, for example, like when we go to this level for the second time, so much has changed, and, like, a number of rooms. The boiler room that we were in, we get to see a number of rooms connecting to that we didn't before, so much so that like half of the level is new. So it really doesn't feel like a big deal that we revisit a handful of rooms that we were in before, because most of it's not even, you know, a good half of it's not even areas that we got to see before. Like shoot him with his pants down. It's funny how he doesn't pull his pants back up, but anyways. And see, he moves a little slow too, like he's waddling around. Yeah. So I think it works with the game, reusing levels because of those things that I mentioned. I'll move topics and go back into kind of some meta of the game. As you see here, even though I'm being shot by a bunch of guys, originally, I would just kind of hang back and shoot them, but these last few playthroughs, or number of playthroughs, last five playthroughs maybe, I've been really getting better and better at kind of just rolling around and spamming the roll button. And really, you got to be careful because there is a delay.
Reception area, kind that made phone tapping child's play. It wasn't hard to picture a fat pimp sweating with headphones on, listening to his hookers talk dirty and fake orgasms over a web of party lines. The blood veins of New York. Right now, there was a different set of moans and groans going on.
Boss, Cornelia, this is Max Payne. He came, started capitalist. He killed him.
Are you freaking kidding me? He's just one lousy cop. You better be freaking kidding me. Whack him. What's the freaking problem? Hello? Answer me. Hello?
The word was out. A deadly virus released into the city's corrupt circulatory system. Something wicked this way comes. Max Payne at large. Word was still in use.
Something wicked this way, more painkillers, nice. Something wicked this way, and we needed them too. Something wicked this way comes. That's from something, right? Like a play or a book or Shakespeare or something. I don't know. I don't remember, but it sounds very familiar. Here's a early instance of EA loot boxes, real gambling. See, I've done this a million times, and I never seem to be able to line them all up. I don't think it's necessarily possible. It might be. But, I mean, I've sat here for 5 minutes before, just going back and forth and trying to do that. And there's nothing really good in this bathroom as far as I remember. Yeah. But there's some, toilet paper sitting there. And, of course, you got the XXX little pinups on the wall there. Shoot these guys. But see, you got a whole casino. It's like precursor to, you see, Rockstar published it. So yeah, it's a precursor to the Diamond Casino in GTA 5. Anyways, so yeah, you can play roulette there as well. And so you got to be careful when you roll around though in this game, because although you can basically do it in forever, you can keep doing it and spam your roll move. The issue is that in between getting up, in between the roll, there's a small window of time where you can't shoot, and that window of time that you can't shoot, you're basically vulnerable, and so you better watch out for that. But in between the roll, there's also some invincibility frames, and that's the main reason why if you look up speedruns of this game, that the whole time they're just like rolling. So you kind of can abuse that quite a bit. I almost kind of wish, and I know this is blasphemy, saying that I wish there was something different about like my favorite game, but I think it's okay to be honest. And I think honestly, because of that, I almost wish there were just slight tweaks, just very small tweaks to that, where like there was more of a delay between rolls or something like that. I don't exactly know, just to make it where you can't spam it as much as you can. I don't know. If they changed it too much, if there was a mod or something, if it was changed too much, it might make the roll not as nearly as valuable. And if that's the case, then on high difficulties, the shooting would really be kind of a pain in some ways. Pain, get it? But in other ways, it also would, if it was done correctly, I feel like it could change the meta for good and make the shooting more, make the game more reliant on shooting in higher levels, in higher, when playing it at a high level. When playing at a super high level this game, the shooting kind of starts to take a backseat, and it more kind of becomes learning how to roll at the proper times, and just switching to different weapons like the shotgun and blasting them away. So that's kind of a small flaw that I could say, if we're talking about flaws with my favorite game. Another thing is that although a lot of enemy placements are kind of what would you say, hinted at and such, kind of like Manhunt, in the sense where they whistle
walk
or
away,
they
blow
make some
town.
kind of noise so you
That
can
would
be
have been the
aware of
smart
their
thing to do. Guess I wasn't that smart.
where
Lupino's
they
town
are.
buildings were a seedy hangout for all kinds of sleaze. A liquor store, a pawn shop, a laundromat full of mobster bookies and loan sharks. The list went on. The how and why of it was a mystery to me, but they knew I was a cop. They knew I was coming, and they were going to get real trigger happy about it. I got to see Lupino's hangout all lit up. A bomb went off, turning snow into liquid gold. A pillar of fire lifted the remains of a car straight up into the air. The flames were highlighted on the hood of a black Mercedes-Benz as it coasted down the street real slow, as if the driver didn't have a worry in the world. I got a good look at the man riding shotgun. It was Vladimir, the head of the local Russian mob, the fly in Don Punchinello's soup. The ringing in my ears was the sound of a
I
mob
just
war
love this
being
game's art
waged.
design. It's like black demons on wheels that are just, you know, traveling throughout the voidful night. It's great. Anyways, cold voidful night. This is cool. But what's interesting is those buildings right there. Why do those buildings look different than the rest of the buildings? Right there, the black and everything, and that's not just in the cutscene. You know, you would think, well, maybe it's just in the cutscene because of some kind of way it was rendered or something. I don't know. No. You just walk around. These buildings are like that.
Another bomb
Say it's 'cause
exploded
they
inside the
wanted, like,
closest slum building.
I don't know, maybe
It was a
some
lucky
kind of
break.
texture or something.
The goons inside were spooked, but luck always came with a price tag. More bombs could still be ticking inside, and the cops would already be on their way. Jack Lupino's suite was on the top floor. At least it used to be, before the explosive makeover.
This level might be one of the prettiest levels in the whole game. Look at that. I love just kind of, I've done this before where I go to this corner and just kind of sit and look around. Oh, it's so pretty. Got to take in the environment there, and the lighting effects are really cool. With that, the mod that I installed kind of amplifies some of the lighting effects, and this level really showcases this. This area you can skip over, but you don't want to, right? Because you can clear these guys out. And grab an Ingram quite early, or earlier. Destroyed some things, that's always fun. And you don't get 2. Oh no, you get 2, right? Yeah. So you can get the Ingrams early, which is nice, which will kind of help you later on in this level, especially on a higher difficulty. So you could definitely stop there. Sometimes I forget to though. And I thought there was actually dialogue when you tried to enter this door saying, I better go around or something, but there's not. I thought there was. There's also an alleyway down there that has nothing in it. I kind of wish they did, like they just, they put something at the very end just for, shits and giggles, and to kind of, help a player out. Those buildings, though, I don't get what the deal is with those. Make sure and grab the stuff back here. That's important. There's some good ammo and stuff. Shotgun. Oh yeah, it's just a pump action shotgun, so you don't really need it, but it's good to go there and do that. Hello? Is your refrigerator running?
The headlines
let
were
me go
depressing.
Yes.
The
Well, you
headlines
better
were
go
screaming
catch it.
bloody murder. The storm was a screaming duet with the approaching prowl car sirens. It was all a scream when you were down for the count and wanted for murder.
It's really cool to see Max Payne's actions just reflect upon the world. I don't know, it's quite cool to just kind of see that happen. And it shows you how time has progressed. There's kind of a, what would you call it? Kind of a rumor or misconception, I should say, that Max Payne takes place over the course of one night. It doesn't. A lot of events take place over one night, but actually most of the game's events, not all, most of them take place over a period of 3 days. You can check the wiki, or you can, kind of pay attention to small little cues here and there. And that kind of what's inferred, at least from what I've heard, is that when he overdoses, that's when time passes, and he overdoses twice. So, and there's some junkies, got to be careful of those. Sometimes they actually shoot you, and I forget why they sometimes shoot you and sometimes they don't. I don't know if it's RNG, or if it has to do with like how far over your bullets land. If they land within a closer vicinity of them when I shoot, sometimes that could be why. I think that's it. I'm not exactly sure though, because there's not a ton of RNG in this game. There is a little bit. And I gotta watch out for this guy here. This guy will get you if you're not careful. And let's see, those Ingrams came in handy. But yeah, what was I talking about? Those homeless people there, those junkies, and there's nothing there that's good. Oh, I'm ending this I'm ending this level because I didn't want to go on this video because I didn't want to go on.
It could have been just a junkie in need of a fix, but it turned out to be something more sinister than that.
Am I speaking to Mr. Payne?
Who wants to know?
My name is Alfred Wooden. You must hurry. The police are on their way.
Tell me something I don't know.
They know you're there.
How? And what's it to you?
I will contact you again.
The cops arrived, sirens singing in the off-key harmony of a manic-depressive choir. I had a few minutes while the SWAT team would go through their usual routine. By the time they busted in, I needed to be long gone.
Max Payne, this is Deputy
cool.
Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands above your head.
The Alfred Woden thing is quite cool. This area you could, or that phone, you might skip over, the first time, but if you don't, it's really cool foreshadowing, and I just love the fact that he just calls you right then and there. It's a really cool scene. That's one of my favorites as well. It's just really cool that he's like watching you, and just kind of knows exactly when you're gonna go by. Maybe he just called it on loop, the phone, but whatever. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, tell me. If you didn't like the video, also tell me. I definitely appreciate any kind of feedback. More is coming your way right after the break.